Happy New Year's and Merry Christmas from Northeast Ohio. It currently is a winter hellscape here, but we can still have some fun in the garage unless we freeze, which we might because I don't have a heater for the garage. Anyway, currently on my way to pick up my kid, but I wanted to give everybody a quick update on the channel and the brand itself. We got some projects in the works. We got the new vehicle. Ford's still around, but right now we are rocking a 2018 BMW 530i xDrive. It's the all-wheel drive, 4-cylinder, twin-turbo. It's quick. It's got the flappy paddle gearbox, all that. We do have some issues with it, right? So when I bought it, I knew it was going to have some issues. It had about 120,000 miles on it. I didn't care. It's my first BMW. I bought it. Let's get into what I knew was wrong with it when I bought the car. I knew that it had a slight coolant leak. It wasn't real bad. I was putting in a gallon maybe once a month. Let it run it through. And when I had it inspected, they told me, hey, the brakes aren't great. The water pump is gonna need replaced. Oil cooler needed replaced. So I went ahead and I said, hey, what's the most pressing thing on it that it needs done like today, or else it will not drive. And they told me basically the oil cooler, the brakes will be good for a little while, and the water pump, he said, it's gonna need replaced. I said, hey, can I make it, till spring, which was about 8 months or so, 9 months from when I bought it. I said, well, they make it till spring. He said, maybe, but, if you don't want to do it, ain't going to force you. I said, hey, if it'll last. So drove the car all year, not really any problems. Putting coolant in every, 3 weeks to a month or whatever. And then starting in December, it was just pouring. I was putting a gallon in just to get it to work. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to drive the car. I called BMW. I said, hey, let me get it in there. Yeah! I'm going to do the work in that it was supposed to do. So, all right. So the car did not want to go into, didn't want to start, right? It would rumble us. All right, let's just tow it there. And I knew what was going on. I knew it was just basically suffocating itself. I knew it was probably putting itself into limp mode because the low coolant started giving me other issues. So I said, I just stopped driving it, had it towed. They said they did a reinspection, which great. They told me that the brakes need done, knew that. They said coolant lines. I said, okay. And then he told me that the water pump was fine. I said, what do you mean? You guys inspected it last year? You said it wouldn't last a year. So is it good or is it not good? He said, well, it's fine if we found a leak. I said, okay, switch out what you need to switch out. Do the brakes. If you don't need to do the water pump, don't do the water pump. We'll save that for the spring. So I get the car back a few weeks later, and I go to the dealership, and my car's just sitting right out front. Didn't tell them I was coming. It's just sitting there. I thought it was a little weird, but whatever. So I go in there, and when I say right out front, I mean like right out front, the front door, as if someone was looking at it. You know what I mean? Not like sitting out in the front lot. Anyway. So I pay for the car. I drive it for a few days over the weekend, and I noticed that I'm still losing coolant. I said, what the fuck? I text them. I didn't really get a text back. All I kept getting was like, hey, basically tell us how we did. And I said, well, it's still leaking, and I don't know what you guys. He said it was tight.
Wait. Time out. Pause.
Or whatever. And he didn't really give me any real answers. So I'm sort of done trusting the BMW dealership around here. I'm not going to put their name out there like that because, whatever. I'm not vindictive like that. Maybe I should be. Anyway, I put the scan tool on it. With the scan tool, I got a misfiring cylinder 2, which is the most rear.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
It's the closest one to the firewall. So then I got that, and I got the low circuit input on the coolant temperature sensor is low. And then I also got a low input on the cylinder circuit sensor. So now I'm going to go out and I'm going to do some diagnosis on my own. I'm going to check the spark plugs, make sure the spark's good. I'm going to experiment, put another gallon of coolant in there. I'm going to leave it in the garage, and we're going to see, where it's leaking from ultimately. So let's get it in the garage and check and see what we got going on here. And if you guys want to chime in the comment section with some advice or friendly kind words, because I know the comment section is where we're all kind and harmonious together. But yeah, just comment, subscribe, like the video. It really helps me out. And seriously, if you guys have any advice on what tools I might need for this kind of a job, or if anybody else has experienced these issues, please definitely let me know and reach out. And we also still have some shirts left, so get a hold of me if you guys would like to buy your Cars Not Crack shirt.